I think a lot of people now think they can write a book and they can just use AI. So, what is your thoughts on that? Because it's like, obviously, you can, if you want something written, you can just like ask ChatGPT, can't you? But what's all the criteria around using AI in a
Let's talk
book?
about AI. Before this is so real because I can get up and you can see it's not a fake background, right? This is the one. It was a book I needed to show you. I absolutely needed because when you talk about simplicity, okay. There's two camps. AI is the monster. AI is amazing. Okay, I'm in the AI is amazing camp, right? And for me, it's like a back scratcher. It's just a tool, right? It's like any tool that you use, a pen, the internet, Google. I remember when Google came out. Oh, it's going to no Google's. I can't imagine how we can do business without having something like being able to search something, right?
I know.
Without the web. AI for me is in publishing is still a real grey zone. It's a real grey zone. It at the moment it's a case of I know I can, but should I? So one of the multi-author books I do is called Drone Professional, and another KPI woman, Louise Jupp, who's an amazing woman. She was an airline pilot who retired, and then she started doing aerial surveys in a fixed-wing plane in South Africa of sugar plantations, and then because of the laws in South Africa, you can't fly over someone's land because they get very upset. In fact, they'll shoot at you because they think you're spying on them, right? So she took to drones. And she wrote this amazing book in 2016 called Precision Farming from Above Using Drones. And she had so many people. In fact, she had a book that outsold Elon Musk's first book, by the way, in South Africa, because there was a lot of farming communities there, right? Anyway, a lot of the drone community came and asked her, "Oh, how did you do this? How did you do that?" And I said, "These are experts." Where Louise is saying, "I don't know that stuff." I said, "Well, why don't we do a multi-author book on drones?" So, Drone Professional 4, we're up to book number 5 now, is like Louise has gone to being almost like the female face of drones internationally, right? But here's the point. Um, she gets these drone experts who say, "Oh, let's use AI," and I said, "Well, you can use AI to proof your story and to put it in there and see if it can be tweaked and improved, but right now, don't get AI to write your story." Um, when AI started, it had something like 15 billion connections on the internet. That's so when you put in a question, it's a language model, and it goes looking all these websites, 15 billion of them, right? When it first started. Currently, it's something like 625 billion connections. So when you type in something, it's that fast, it goes out to that thing and it brings back stuff from other websites. The problem is it may bring back something that's under copyright. So you then put a book in, you put your AI in, and when we submit a book, we submit it up through, say, the British Library, which has a filter for AI. So if there's plagiarism, right, it'll come back. You can't run this story. It'll tell you which story, and it'll highlight the areas where it thinks no, I don't think this person's written this, right. Um, and this is rife I lecture at university. This is rife at university. My students, can we use AI? You can use it as a tool, but don't get AI to write your essay because I will run it through a filter, and that comes with very serious consequences if you're a student, right? But for an author, you're up against breach of copyright. That's the problem with it at the moment, right? So if you go onto Amazon, for example, you've got to sign a declaration: was AI used or not? And they can close your account down, for example. If you're a publisher, they can close you down if they then screen it and show, yeah, AI was used on that book. They can penalise you. So all our authors have to sign a declaration that they didn't use AI exclusively to write their story. But that said, amazing tool because it'll come up with stuff that you hadn't even thought of. And my last point with Susan was to demonstrate to the drone professional, I know nothing about drones, right? So I put into AI, I want to write a book, 25,000 words on how to deliver ice cream using a drone.
Okay.
Right? I kid you not, busted into 12 chapters, 12 logical chapters, 25,000 words, and I gave it some context and I gave it a role. And I talk to people about how to use AI. I don't know everything about it, but I know how to make it work, right, for me. So it's very simple. Anyway, I kid you not, it spat out a book 4 minutes later.
Wow.
And I gave it to Louise and I said, "What do you think, Louise?" And she said, "I hate to say it, it's a really good book." Really good. It's really accurate. It's super accurate. And the context we gave it was we want to deliver ice cream in New York City in the US, just New York City.
Yeah.
On Manhattan.
So did you do anything with that content then? Or was it just an exercise?
I just wanted to demonstrate that you can, right? But when we ran it through the filter, guess what?
It failed.
It failed the test, yeah, because it's borrowing from here, there, and everywhere. So there were huge swathes of it that came up as red zone copyright. This is under copyright, right? So that's the issue. Use it as a tool, but then go back and edit and then use your own. I don't think AI yet replaces your own thing. It'll give you really good things to think about, but you still have to then put that into your model and into your context.